Hello, welcome to my channel and thanks for tuning into this video. I have another Monochromatic Mondays video today and the color, as you can probably tell, is orange today. So if you'd like to see how I put this look together, just keep on watching. Freddie wanted to be in the video today. So starting out, I have my base done. I wanted a really glowy, fresh looking base. So I mixed together the Glow Lust by Auric and the Shiseido Radiant Lifting Foundation. I haven't used any concealer or anything. And I put the Kosas powder on my nose, and then I put a little bit of the Dior Backstage powder, just pretty much where I'm gonna be putting the bronzer, because I just wanna make sure that it blends in really easily. I've got cat hair flying everywhere. I think Freddie's moved on to other things now, so that's good. Okay. So I want to start with the eyes. I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Sunset palette and focusing, I think this is going to be my main lid color. And then I'm probably going to use either this one or both of them. We'll just see how it goes. But I've already done a little bit on my eyes as well. So I did my tight lining with my brown liner, and then I took this Charlotte Tilbury, it's like the nude colored liner, and I kind of just used it as a bit of a primer base for my eyelids, because I've been finding when I'm doing colorful looks that really works nicely as a base, just to make sure that the color shows up really well and so on. So I'm just going to be taking my jumbo blender from Sonia G, and I'm going to put it right into that color right there, which is called Horizon. Loading up the brush, got a lot of pigment to it, and putting it all over my eyelid. All right, so I think I'm all set with that main color down on the lid. And now I'm going to take my Rephr 21 brush, and I'm gonna put that into this shade right here, Morgana. I'm gonna put that sort of on the center of the lid. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll keep this one on the center. I'm gonna keep the outer corner matte, this one on the center, and then that lighter one is gonna go on the inner part of the lid. On the same brush, going into this shade right here, Mandarin. And I'm pulling that into the inner corner too. So I decided to pull Mandarin sort of into the inner third of the lower lash line as well. And then I'm gonna go back into Morgana, which was that other metallic, and I'm gonna pull that along the center of the lower lash line. I've had this palette for a few years and it's still in perfect condition. The quality of these shadows is really great. I go into this one here. It's just a little bit of a darker, sort of more browny orange matte than the one that I put all over the lid. It's called Sinai. And I'm just gonna do that to finish off the outer corner here. Okay, I really like the eyes like that. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a little bit more brightness on the inner corner. I'm going to try just a touch of this, this ice gold shade here. Pretty much a white metallic. Just want to see right, just tiniest little bit. Yeah, that's nice. It's, I think, quite a sheer powder, so it's not going to add too much whiteness per se, just a little bit of brightness, I think. Yeah, I think that's nice. Now what I want to do is finish up with a little bit of liner. So I'm just going to take my Chantecaille Jasper liner, which is the same thing I did my tight lining with. And I'm just going to do a slight little tiny wing, just like that. All right, so now that the eyes are finished, I'm gonna put that palette away and I'm gonna move on to the cheeks. So I wanna start with bronzer. I'm gonna be using the Chantecaille Sirena bronzer, and I'm taking my Sonia G Sculpt 2 for this because I really like this brush for this bronzer because it's really good for picking up this very sort of hard baked formula. And I chose this bronzer because I do find it a little bit warmer, but it has a beautiful sheerness to it and a nice glowiness as well. And I really want to go for quite a glowy look and nice fresh looking skin. Now I am going to do a little bit of lip contouring, just using the same bronzer on the flat definer brush. I'm going to take my Sonia G Smooth Buffer with nothing on it and just make sure that bronzer doesn't have any harsh edges, nice and blended. Now, although my skin is already quite glowy, I'm going to take a little bit of my Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Stick in Nectar, and I'm just going to pat a little bit of that right on the high points of the cheekbones for some extra glow. I just realized I forgot to put on mascara, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to use the Boîte Upswing mascara. I've been enjoying this a little bit more as it's dried out a little bit, but I still find this wand is quite large and therefore easier to make a mess with for me. But it does give a really good impact very quickly. Okay, now the eyes are really finished and I'm gonna move on to blush. So I'm gonna be using two blushes today. The first is the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in Golden Hour. It's a really nice, I think of it as quite an orangey blush, kind of like a burnt orange. I'm just gonna take this synthetic brush. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a Luxie brush. And place that on the cheeks. Really like these Tower 28 blushes. I only have two of them. I have this one and I think the other one I have is Magic Hour. It's sort of like a nude rosy shade. Those are two of the shades that they originally came out with. So I got those last year and I wore them all summer last summer. They have, I think, three new shades that they came out with this year. Haven't gotten any of those. I just wasn't really fully tempted to get any, but they do look beautiful too. Now that I've got that on, I want a little bit more of sort of what I think of as a true orange on top, and that's the Fenty Fuego Flush. So I wiped my brush off. I'm gonna take that same brush right into this, and this actually has little shimmer particles in it. I think you can see there. So this is gonna be a nice, bright, shiny topper, I think. And I'm gonna bring Fuego Flush a little bit higher up here beside the eyes. All right, so there are the cheeks all done, and now it's finally time to move on to the lips, and I'm gonna be using two different lip colors as well, and they're both from Hermes. Hermes is, of course, famous for their orange, so I am gonna start with the Orange Boîte, which is their classic orange box color, and this is in the matte formula, so I'm just gonna put this on first. I think that looks really cool, actually. I wonder if I should just keep it like this. I'm gonna try a little bit of the other one on just the center of the lips and see how that looks. This is Beige Tadillac. It's more of an orange beige, I guess. I don't think that made much of a difference. I really didn't want to put much on because I do like the way that the Orange Boîte looks. So I think I'm just gonna keep it at that. And here we have it. This is the completed monochromatic orange look. I had a lot of fun creating this. I love the color orange and just really gets me into summery kind of moods. If you have any comments or questions, I'd love to see those below. Freddie would like to see them as well. And if you would like to see more from me and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really love for you to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.